So in this pack that you've developed, you said something about there's a soft approach to dealing with false racism allegations, and there's also a hard approach. I favor the hard approach method anyway, but let's take
Sure.
it one at a time. So in the hard approach method, there are a few steps that you put down. And number one, you said, do not apologize or try to defend yourself. So do you want to kind of expand on that point? What do you mean by do not apologize when someone falsely accuses you of being racist, and you're saying do not apologize or try to defend yourself? Isn't that going to be problematic?
Not at all, because what I see happening nowadays is it's a lot of apologism, and especially white people, with all due respect, I'm just seeing this apologistic way of living, Many of them feel guilt because of, mass propaganda and, false ideas about the past and false ideas about current events. So they carry this sense of shame and guilt naturally, understandably, but naturally. So you have when you when where you have the two levels of false claims of racism, if it's interpersonal, and they're accused of saying or doing something racist, they're quick, to first of all apologize, and second try to justify it, by now showing all their virtues. They're this, they're that, they've done this for black people, they have black friends, and it doesn't help anything. It just makes them look foolish. And one example that comes to my mind of this kind of over apologetic way of being is the evergreen scenario, right, with Brett Weinstein, or Weinstein, I never know how to say his name. And this Evergreen College was accused of, not listening to black voices, not protecting black voices, not allowing, you know, harm not to come to black voices, and all these things. And the principal, I forgot his name now, he spent the best part of 6 to 7 weeks apologizing and apologizing and apologizing, and it was never enough. In fact, the more he seemed to apologize, the more eruptive his college was. So, like we mentioned a bit earlier, this is the first clue to know that those who are accusing you, your institution, your past, whatever, of racism, they don't want reconciliation. They want to guilt and shame someone. They want to throw daggers. They don't want healing. They want public punishment, right? For a variety of reasons, stemming from their own dissatisfaction in life and of themselves and everything else, and they pour that out into, the other person that they believe has undermined them or belittled them, or you know disrespected them. So all that is mixed into that. Apologies don't help in our day and age. you know Look at what I'm sure you and everyone here watching has seen, the attitude of someone like Jordan Peterson. How can you apologize for something that's not clear in terms of rules, right? We all know the story. Twitter banned him because they said he violated rules, and they were so vague about it. And I also find that that's the case in this area of racism. We don't know what's racist anymore. Everything seems to be racist, right? A look, not moving out of someone's way, serving someone who is white before serving someone who is black, for example. That's just a simple, silly mistake or an oversight. All these things can cause a grocery store, in this specific example, to come under fire, right? So that's why I say not to apologize. In the case of Dominic Moran, which is the restaurant manager accused by the three black boys of being racist, even though she was traumatized by the event, she didn't apologize because she knew that she didn't do anything wrong. But how many people would concede to the pressure, to the online mob, you know, doubt their own integrity? Because look, that's exactly what you do when you apologize and you cede to that accusation and accept indirectly that because for you to apologize, you're acknowledging that you did something wrong, unless you're apologizing that the person, is hurt or harmed regardless of what you've done, which is not usually the case. So why would you put that yourself in that situation to doubt your integrity and who you are? Like myself with that, the gay student, I know, not new, I know that I don't discriminate, and I know that I treat people as people and not as avatars of whatever social group, society, or themselves have deemed to be themselves to belong to. So I don't apologize, I don't cower down. I either laugh it off, yes I do, to show how ridiculous and silly they are, and if they have issues with themselves they need to deal with it, or I completely ignore it, but not apologize.
Yep. You see, so we know that the apologies counts for nothing. It's just nothing. It means nothing to these people, and
Or it counts for little.
in a way, this sort of leads to a thing I would say moral cowardice, because many people know that they're not wrong, but they end up apologizing anyway, and this just serves as fuel. It just serves as fodder for this monster to just keep growing and feeding on people's apologies. So if you know you've done nothing wrong, why apologize in the first place? You get. So people need to learn to stand your ground. And and what does it say about you as a person? It means you just you're deliberately racist, and then you are apologizing after the fact. So the apology is actually an admittance that you were racist.